Hey financial freedom seekers! Today we're diving into a revolutionary approach to money that's flipped traditional retirement planning on its head. Imagine walking away from your 9 to 5 before most people have even hit their career stride. Sounds impossible? It's definitely not in the world of Mr. Money Mustache, where early retirement isn't just a dream, it's a calculated strategy that's transforming how entire generations think about work, money, and life purpose. This is the Finance Virtuoso channel. If you're new here, hit subscribe and the notification bell for the best money tips and tricks. Let's start by breaking down who's behind this financial revolution. Pete Adeney, the man behind the Mr. Money Mustache blog, isn't your typical financial guru. A Canadian immigrant with a background in engineering, he didn't inherit wealth or have some magical tech windfall. Instead, he cracked the code to financial independence through meticulous planning, intentional living, and a radical reimagining of what success really means. When Pete started his journey, he was doing what many of us do, working a traditional job, living a conventional life. But something felt off. The constant cycle of working to spend, spending to work seemed fundamentally broken. He realized that most people are trapped in what he calls the hedonic treadmill, constantly chasing bigger houses, fancier cars, and more expensive gadgets, believing each purchase will finally bring satisfaction. The core philosophy is deceptively simple. Most people here retire early and imagine endless vacations or sitting on a beach. But for Pete, it was never about stopping work, it was about buying back your time and creating a life of intentional living. When he started his blog, he ignited what would become known as the FIRE movement, financial independence, retire early. And trust me, it was anything but boring. Let's break down the magic formula. First, track your annual expenses. Then, multiply that number by 25. That's your financial independence target. So if you're spending $40,000 a year, you'd need around $1 million in investments to theoretically never work again. But here's the crucial twist: this isn't about hoarding money. It's about understanding that consumption isn't the path to happiness. To put this into perspective, let's do a quick thought experiment. Imagine you currently spend $50,000 annually. The traditional advice would be to work harder, get promotions, increase your income. Pete's approach? Look at every single expense and ask, do I really need this? Could you reduce your housing costs by getting a roommate? Can you cut your food expenses by meal prepping? Can you reduce transportation costs by biking or using public transit? Most people can't double their salary overnight, but almost everyone can cut their spending in half. And when you do that, something miraculous happens: you can save and invest that other half, potentially shaving decades off your working years. It's not about living like a monk, it's about being intentional about where your money goes. Now, you might be thinking this sounds like a strategy for tech brothers or high-income earners. But Pete would argue exactly the opposite. In fact, his secret mission is to help lower-income individuals gain the most significant financial breathing room. For someone struggling with car payments and credit card bills, finding ways to reduce expenses isn't just a financial strategy, it's a lifeline to reduce stress and more time with family. Consider the psychological impact. Most people are stuck in a cycle of work-consumed stress. By challenging this narrative, Pete offers a different path. Surveys consistently show that a massive percentage of workers are dissatisfied with their current employment. Early retirement isn't about doing nothing, it's about creating the freedom to do what truly matters to you. His own life is proof. Even retired, Pete isn't sitting idle. He's writing, speaking, doing projects, and living what he calls being a leisure engineer. It's not about stopping work, but about having the autonomy to choose work that genuinely excites you. Whether that's community projects, creative pursuits, or spending time with family, financial independence opens doors that traditional career paths keep firmly shut. The environmental angle is another fascinating aspect of his philosophy. By encouraging people, especially high earners, to consume less, Pete sees a broader mission of sustainability. It's not just about personal finance, it's about rethinking our relationship with resources and understanding that happiness doesn't come from endless consumption. Critics have called him everything from a scold to a radical. The New Yorker even ran a piece portraying him as a dictatorial penny pincher. But dig beneath the surface, and you'll find a nuanced philosophy about living intentionally. Pete isn't saying you can't enjoy life, he's saying you can enjoy it more by being mindful about where your money goes. What makes his approach truly revolutionary is its accessibility. This isn't about extreme deprivation. It's about making smarter choices. Can you bike instead of drive? Cook at home more often? Choose experiences over material possessions? These small shifts can compound into massive financial freedom. Take transportation, for example. The average American spends around $9,282 per year on their car. By choosing to bike, use public transit, or share a car, you could potentially save thousands annually. That's not just money saved, that's hours of your life reclaimed, better health from more physical activity, and reduced environmental impact. The most powerful testament to his approach isn't the millions who read his blog, but the personal stories. People who've become better parents, found more meaningful work, reduced their stress, and created lives of intention. For Pete, that's the real paycheck, knowing his ideas have helped people escape the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle and design lives of genuine satisfaction. So, is retiring by 30 possible for everyone? Maybe not. But taking control of your finances, reducing stress, and gaining the freedom to align your life with your values? Absolutely. The Mr. Money Mustache approach isn't about overnight wealth, it's a reimagining of what success and happiness can look like. If you're intrigued, start small. Track your expenses, look for areas to cut back without sacrificing what you love, and invest the difference. Financial independence isn't about a single magic number, it's about designing a life where money works for you, not the other way around. Ultimately, this is more than a strategy, it's a mindset shift. It's about living with intention, consuming thoughtfully, and focusing on what truly matters. If you're ready to challenge everything you've been taught about money, work, and happiness, then start your journey to financial independence today. Every small step you take brings you closer. Until next time, invest in yourself, both financially and personally. You deserve a life where money serves your dreams.